oh, the bank is not really helping us. And do you guys get this kind of feedback from people that feel like you guys can do more to help them, bank better or grow their money faster? Everybody wants to grow their money 10 times faster, but come on, man. But, you do get a lot of these feedback that they want to grow their money way faster, and what kind of product you guys have to grow their money?
Yeah, absolutely, Patrick. So let's take Stokvel, for example. And it's a perfect example because we started this journey about 6-7 years ago, or maybe probably a bit longer. But I recall we were like, okay, but you're wondering why didn't Stokvels put money in the bank? I mean, you talk about 800,000 Stokvels.
Exactly.
And then we look at the numbers we have, and you talk of that 50 billion that flows, and we were like, okay, we only got about 1 billion. Right?
Correct. Where's the 49 left?
Where is this?
Who's banking that money?
So when you look across all the other banks, you're like, okay, but why? So what we did, we then said, let's just ask them. Let's just ask. And we actually spent time with a few Stokvels and said, why? And then the things started coming out to say, but you guys charge fees.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. But it's too expensive. Yeah. I have to go to branch. Yeah. So I mean, the stories that people have. They're like, and you also understood where it come from. So let's understand our history of our country, where they've come from. They had a distrust of these institutions.
Correct.
Yeah. They wanted to keep it in the community themselves.
Correct.
They wanted to be able to enforce control on themselves, and they had a distrust of the institution. So then it settled in there. So we listened to the Stokvels. Of the people that we were dealing with, the original Stokvels are in the township. It cost them taxi fare to go to a branch. So it cost them already before they even took the 1,000 rand to the branch. It cost them to put the money in the branch. It took them a long time to put the money in the branch, right? So when we said, okay, but that's all. Now when they're taking the money out in the grocery Stokvels at the end of the year, so everybody in the town knows the Stokvel is taking the money out at the end of the year. So you'd have the people, or rather the sort of the thieves waiting.
Yeah, they time it in December.
They'll time it,
and then go time. It's holiday time. It's
and how many stories you hear of them being robbed? Because they're walking out with cash. So they told us, okay, but it costs a lot. It's actually it's security is an issue, and then they have they have their own issues. Like, okay, they'll give the treasurer money, but does the treasurer deposit it or not? They don't know
necessarily,
right?
Goes to their friends. Or
so then we
trust again.
Again, as us, we looked and said, okay, but here's an opportunity for us to, if what we were doing innovatively in just for a general individual, can we do something for them? And that's where we conceived this the digital Stokvel solution idea. It was actually from the feedback of Stokvels.
So free account meaning I can open an account free.
You and TT,
no charges,
and just a third person. So Stokvel, we make sure that there's three people.
So it's a minimum of
three people.
Okay,
right?
okay.
Very interesting.
So once they open it, say you have 10, 15 members in there. Once you're enabled, you can go on your app or on your cell phone banking or on online and go load the other members on. And all you just need is their name and the cell phone number.
Okay, so they can be added without necessarily coming to the branch.
No, they don't need to.
Of 3.
Yeah, so just the 3 because the 3 for security reasons also. Now the Stokvel said they need security because they want to know that I don't want to give my money to the treasurer only.
Yeah, there must be two other people
exactly.
who can sign off.
Biggest problem.
So we wanted it to be such a way that they give it needs to be a treasurer and we call it 2 signatories. So 3 people they can trust, always 3 people. So if they want to add someone on, it's not the treasurer alone that can add. The treasurer adds.
The other 2 members.
The other 2 gets a message. They can go onto the app, they can go onto online banking, or they can go onto the USSD and approve that, yes, we agreed to add this member on.
Okay.
That member gets a SMS. Then they know they can actually dial onto FNB's dial string and actually now complete and say, okay, I see my cell phone number and name, I can add my account details and I can accept that I could join the Stokvel. So already you don't need to go to the branch with all 20 people and all 20 people needs their ID and passports and proof of address. You can do that at the comfort of where you are. But you see the security feature of 2 people must sign off what 1 person does. So the same happens now when it comes time of payment. So what was to bring the Stokvel into the modern times was like, you could only transact in cash, but we can do EFTs, we can send money via e-wallet.
Correct.
Let's put all those things in. So if your account number is there, then you can instruct the payment to say, I want to pay this member into his account number. The two signatories get the actual messages and they must approve. If they don't approve, that person doesn't get paid out.
I see.
When that payout happens, everyone who's in the Stokvel actually can see what happens. So now the visibility, the
transparency.
But
which is quite important in the space.
But also now, the payment happening electronically, meaning you don't have to go to the branch and withdraw. So you don't have to spend the taxi money. Yes, you don't spend the cash costs, and you don't come into across these people who wanting to rob you.
Correct.
So that was now took care of the transparency, took care of the security risks, and it's making it cost effective because if today, if anyway, we can send an e-wallet or we can send money electronically to another person and it's free on your normal banking account, make it free for Stokvel. So suddenly we remove the monthly fee and if you do it via electronic payment. But if you have cash and you're still worried of cash costs, we still allow on your individual account free ATM deposits. So for the Stokvel, we said the same. Instead of having to go into branch, go to an ATM that accepts deposits, and it will be free for the Stokvel. So the cost barrier is removed now. Then the next thing was to say, okay, but what am I getting out of it? One thing we said is, if you on your individual account is earning a great interest rate, why don't we give it to the Stokvel as well?
Correct.
And
are you now talking about the growth of the money side? Because that's the biggest problem that a lot of people.
So we dealt with essentially what's eroding the value.
Correct.
So now you're putting 1,000 and it stays 1,000 rand.
Yeah.
The next thing is, can we make the 1,000 rand more than 1,000 rand?
Exactly.
The upcoming Stokvel Leaders Conference on the 22nd and 23rd of May is coming up. What is the one thing that a lot of these Stokvel members must look forward to from FNB as one of the main sponsors?
After years of actually working with Stokvels and researching with them.
Correct.
We've came out because actually nothing's been done from a banking sector for Stokvels.
Absolutely.
So I want them to be excited for the solution because it speaks to their needs.
Correct.
It speaks to their needs of transparency, security, costs. And you can engage digitally because now we want to take it from where it was just only community-based, book-based to anyone can do it.
Exactly.
So I want to be able to say, any of you in a room can just two of you plus another mate can actually open one. So I want to get excited about that.
Do they have to belong to FNB necessarily to belong to?
No. So the members don't. You don't have to, right?
But the Stokvel needs to.
So yes, you're coming to us, and that's we attracting you to come to bank the Stokvel with FNB because we've now have a solution that actually helps you better manage your Stokvel.
So me, TT, and 5 of our friends want to start a property Stokvel. TT being an expert in properties, we decide, okay, we're gonna go open an account for our Stokvel at FNB. So TT, myself, and the other friend come in, sign the contract, and open an account. But all our members can come in. They don't have to belong to FNB. We have done the legwork for them.
Exactly.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's nice. Because
that is amazing.
The difficulty in the banking space is actually churn. When you try to, it's such a mission to move accounts, and a lot of people have got this mental block that to move my account from Standard Bank to FNB, for example, it's just so cumbersome that most people would actually rather stick.
Got you.
With whatever they have.
That's actually an innovative way of looking at the problem because, to be honest, if we facilitate that, I think we're driving digital transformation, we're driving adoption, unbanked users become bankable, and all these people that keep money on the matrix because, hey, hang on a second, now they can belong at least to a bank, and that transforms the whole continent as well. I like that.
And that's the thing, so one thing we got, we're talking of financial inclusion.
Correct.
Financial inclusion, we started with our thing, what's synonymous in South Africa is people will say, can you e-wallet me? Right?
Correct, exactly. Absolutely. That's the best product of today, to be honest. That's an innovation.
Most convenient.
So that has allowed people to engage with the bank. Now, in our Stokvel solution, also, you can, if the person doesn't bank with any bank, FNB or any other bank, then we allow an e-wallet to take place.
E-wallet deposit?
Payout.
Payout.
So your member can say, just leave your cell phone number, and if he says, I don't have an account, we can e-wallet you.
Oh, wow.
Now, what that can allow is, okay, this person who's now now you're part of a group. So there's 10 people and there's 2 people who are e-walleting, right? The 2 e-walleting people can now start to see the others that are utilizing bank accounts and what it does. And I mean, now you have free bank accounts. We also got one called an Easy Zero. You don't have to pay fees for it, right? But they can see the benefits. And you then take the 2 people and eventually they can become included in the financial system. Through a Stokvel.
That's very nice.
So that's what we're also trying to do, is you also get access to allow people to get included into the financial system through that means. And that's what we want to try and do is
and
financial
what about
inclusion.
the deposit? Can anyone deposit anywhere into that, central Stokvel account of ours?
So essentially, take example, you guys got a Stokvel account, give them the account details.
Oh, okay,
and
so
then,
they can deposit.
So go to an FNB ATM and deposit into it.
Yeah.
Or you can make an EFT from your current bank
Correct.
into this bank account via the normal EFT process. So electronic money come in or cash go because anyone can use FNB ATM cardless to deposit money in.
Correct.
So you can give one of your members the account number and say, yes, go deposit money in at the FNB ATM via using one of the free ATM cash deposits.
And what about visibility now? Is it, if I don't belong to FNB, how do I see now that, okay, Patrick contributed, this one did not?
So
is it also on the ATM that I can go check?
So not only ATM, I mean that now you can say is the traditional way, but actually you can just dial a USSD dial strip.
Okay.
Or download our app. So you don't have to, you can download our app, use the ID number and name you gave, and you can actually, then there's a Stokvel applet on there now. So obviously they don't bank or everything else. They don't have any other thing, but they can actually access a Stokvel applet and actually
That's
see.
actually smart.
And that's one way, or even online banking. Those that are members of FNB will actually have a Stokvel tab in online banking. They can click onto it and they can see every single transaction. But apart from that, if you're already part of it, every transaction or our in-contact service notifying you, all the members get an update to say X amount has been deposited into a Stokvel. So
everyone gets notified?
Yes.
Wow. One thing I take my hat out, I mean, to be honest, the level of innovation coming out of FNB.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
It's just amazing. I mean, when I reached out to you, I thought you guys didn't have a product. Matter of fact, a lot of financial services do not have a product yet. So first of all, congratulations to you guys. Now that they've deposited money, are you guys envisaging in the future to open up investment opportunity for these people? And I'll ask you a very tough question that bankers really hate the most, the crypto world. So, we're talking here upcoming young people who lives on social media. Matter of fact, Titi and I have a very big mission to get as many of them as possible to understand the future that they have in their hands. And these young people are falling for these cryptos. And banks are saying, no, hang on a second, this thing is not for us. But if they're looking to grow their money, they're seeing a different vision to what our grandfathers used to see of just passing money across. Young people are hungry for growth. And we're seeing them on social media, although they're pretending to be rich. Guys, come on. You gotta change. You should stop pretending. You should act.
Live the real life.
Live the real life. So how do you feel as a bank this thing is going to go?
So interesting. So,
or you don't want to play in that space. You just want to keep the money and keep it safe.
So the narrative is there for the individual.
For individuals, okay.
So for you yourself as an individual, you can. We've got different levels of the trading platform. So you've got your share zero, and you got a full scale trading platform, and you got a global trading platform. So we do give you access to like a limited amount, because there's also like, how much can you buy? You need advice now to know what to the full scale trading that people want to do, and through global trading, which you can buy now on a foreign exchange, the actual dollar-based share. So we've got that suite of products, and as time comes on, as we see that people are needing this kind of new products, we use those to put it on. So it becomes our platform to put it on, and you can buy it and trade it.
I like that.
So how we want it to obviously work is, collect money in your basic savings account, let it grow. So like a Stokvel will say, we're paying now 7.5 to 7.75% interest on a Stokvel, right? So collect your funds in there, let it grow. While it's there, earn the interest. when you decide what you want to do with it, at least it's earning interest there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Build up for that. We call it for an individual, you must have emergency savings. So you must have at least 3 times income set aside. We'll say that's security for you. Then beyond that is like, okay, how do I plan for medium goal and a short? So we're very much like, okay, goal driven. What is your goal?
Exactly.
So if your goal is a property stokvel, for example, then let's help you on that goal, but also help you to manage that finances appropriately. To say there should be a little bit cash flow, and have that cash flow in a basic call account. If you need something 6 months later, you can use the fix, but it's secured. You know you're going to get that return. Then you're like, what's your medium-term goal, and what's the appropriate products for your medium-term goal? And there we open up, it's within your Share Zero product, within your unit trust fund, and we give you access to it. And we rather work with you to say, what is your, and that's what we're going to start to do with Stokvel. So for a Stokvel journey, we're going to open, what we're giving to individuals, we do want to now give to the Stokvel.
To Stokvels as well.
Yeah, now that we've landed the solution, our aim is to then say, actually, you can have every type of investment product. And in through those investment products, we allowing you access to those things. But on top of it,
good move.
I like that.
Very good move.
I like that.
But for us, very important is how do we help you on your journey to meet your goals with our integrated advice.
But I want to ask you one thing.
Yeah.
Are you part of any Stokvel? And if not, why aren't you part of the Stokvel if you are the CEO of FNB Cash Investments?
So to be honest,
That's why I've got TT on the show.
So, you'll be shocked. I can say I'm part of 5.
Oh my
Right.
God.
I'm glad.
So we are right, TT, we
I'm
are right
glad.
that it's not just for bottom of the pyramid.
Absolutely.
And that has been a fight in the media. Media has been portraying that this is only for bottom of the pyramid. Guys, it's going all the way up.
So let me tell you. So I say I'm part of 5.
Yes.
So one you can say is like a traditional Stokvel. So we started out within us as a group of at work, right? But the others is actually and you know, I talk to a lot of people and they're like, tell you Stokvel, and they're like, no, but that's for the low income. Then I speak to these people, I say, but no.
But you are doing it.
You are doing it.
You just don't know
You
that
just
you're
don't
doing
want
it.
to call it Stokvel.
So let's just say like in the Indian community, they call it a lottery. And then
Are they calling it lottery?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, new term.
lottery.
Why lottery, by the way?
It's just something I'm not sure. I probably asked my friends there, but that was interesting. I mean, I had so many colleagues tell me, no, but yeah, my mom's were doing it as a lottery thing. Okay, that's one. But you get like, okay, golf clubs. You get
Exactly.
Traveling
Golf
clubs,
the
grocery
guy-
clubs.
Then what about the book clubs? And then I was explaining to a lady what at school, for example, my little daughter goes to school, and we're saying, but all the mums in the class, they collect funds for stuff they're doing, outdoor activities, right?
That is a form of a Stokvel.
That's
it's
it's
a
it's
Stokvel.
So what we're saying is the overall term is it's just group savings.
Yeah, it's
Let's
group
just,
saving.
it's a group saving. Down they'll call it a Stokvel in a township.
Correct.
Here they'll call it the investment club.
Exactly.
So I understood it growing up. So my thing, why I resonated and I was like I mentioned earlier, I love savings and net worth. I could see like as a community also what like my dads and all the other people in the community were doing was they pool money together and they help educate people.
To be honest, I'm so proud for the work you guys have done. And to be honest, it's always a pleasure when we see evolution from FNB. You know, you look around Africa, whoever, the financial services haven't jumped into this thing here, or they're talking about it. Even retail. I mean, the retail are talking about it, corporates are talking, but no one is really acting. And when you see a bank like yours that is really doing that, it's just amazing. Next but not last is, do you think the whole Stokvel environment has to be regulated or not really?
You see, I came back earlier. We talked about it, right? And I think there's a balance between, because people are doing it. Do you want to really disrupt that? It's allowing people to get in. It's allowing people to start off. So at the moment, it's not really regulated. It's like informally regulated and all of that. But I rather feel we should rather, as they're sizing up, I mean, you know, they're getting bigger. Let's put them to the ways that are actually then regulated. So let's take now a few mates get, and you guys want to do a property.
Correct.
You do want to start off, allow you to start off in a Stokvel, accumulate something. But now you buy your first property, it's now starting to run like a formal business.
Correct. Exactly.
Rather than transform it to a property company, which then forms under that regulation.
Yeah.
Or you start off another one, and like I talked about the trust, then you can formalize it into a trust.
That's where township economy 2.0 start flourishing as well.
Absolutely.
That's where we started inspiring community to say, look, you can do bigger things together.
Yeah.
But you know what, Patrick, what I'm looking forward to the most at this conference, this 2-day conference, is the parts where we're going to unpack the do's and don'ts of Stokvels.
Correct.
The first thing with any Stokvel is the constitution.
Yeah.
How do you even draft that constitution? Where do you even start? If there's 5 of us, we don't know how to draft a constitution. We're not legal heads. Where do we start? Is there a template? You go to a CNA, you can buy a lease agreement template. You can buy whatever. We should have our own Stokvel template, of a basic how to start a Stokvel, a 2-pager, 4-pager, whatever that
we just all sign digitally.
So absolutely.
So maybe TT, my bad, as part of our opening process, we generate a template for Stokvel constitution.
Congratulations,
FNB.
Oh my goodness.
How can we help you and your Stokvel?
I like this. This is amazing. That's amazing.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, TT. Yeah.
That's why I say, innovation that are coming out of your company is just, wow.
It's incredible.
Because that solves the whole trust problem, right?
Yeah.
We all regulated, we're saving in a safe place, and we can invest. I think we touched on everything else. Himal, it's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been a pleasure being here.
I think guys that have
Are we
followed
done?
this...
Is that it?
Guys,
I came late. I came late.
Look at this menu. You see, the conversation is so amazing. We want you guys to come to the conference, and we're unpacking all these things one by one. Our dream at TT is to really see you guys evolving. It's about seeing the Africa of future becoming something bigger than what it is today. And thanks to guys like FNB, to be honest, you guys are innovating in the space. I haven't spoken to any financial services that has touched a product like yours and is really evolving it. And that to us is beyond just a bank. This becomes a partner.
Absolutely.
A partner to the people, because once we understand the problem of the people and we're solving it, and the proud sons of Africa are behind this company,
100%.
I think we're starting to see a different world coming together.
I love what you're saying, Patrick. Now we are humanizing the bank.
We're humanizing
They're
it.
not just an institution.
Guys, that's exactly what we want.
But there are people who are actually running
people.
the bank. Yeah. And they're also part of a Stokvel. I love that.
The CEO of FNB Cash is part of a Stokvel, guys. So stop saying that it is only for the poor people. And we kept on telling you guys, corporate, listen to what we say to you. It is for everybody. It's 100%. Been an absolute pleasure. TT.
Yes, sir.
Man, you came in late, but you cracked this thing.
Listen, better late than never. I definitely won't be late at the conference on the 22nd and the 23rd.
You don't have a choice.
Absolutely. I'll be moderating it. Looking forward to engaging with you guys. Please get your tickets. I think it's going to be one of the most best experiences for your own personal growth.
Correct.
Even if you're not part of any Stokvel, come through and just listen to some experts who can actually convince you to actually start your own Stokvel.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's been a great pleasure having you on.
Thank you guys. And like we said, FNB, we're all about help. So really for Stokvels, it's for our messages, how can we help you again?
That's
amazing. What we say.
100%.
So thank you for having me.
It's good pleasure. Thank you so much, sir. It's been a pleasure
you,
having you in studio.
Thank you guys.